This guy, Nicholas DeSanto, is such a good comedian, and he seems to me, as far as I'm aware, fairly new to the scene, but he just hits the nail on the head so well. And here he is talking about Israel and the Middle East at Comedy Unleashed, a great event that takes place regularly in the UK. Anyway, have a watch.
I figured, but it doesn't say Israel, it says occupied Palestine, because they call Israel occupied Palestine. You know that? Because Palestine has been occupied. Here's a fun fact for you. The Iranian government calls all of Israel occupied Palestine. The Iranian government claims more territory for Palestinians than the actual Palestinian Authority. But the Iranian government claims less territory for the Palestinians than Columbus University students. That's a fun fact for you. Yeah, they call Israel occupied Palestine because Israelis have occupied Palestinian lands and they are enforcing this illegal occupation through the use of a network of very cruel checkpoints. You know? Because this is incredible for us. Because these Palestinians live in Palestinian territories, but they get daily work visas to go inside Israel every day, work, and then come back home. And this is unfathomable for us. These people hate Israel, and yet Israel gives them daily work visas. And we can't conceive of such a thing, because people who hate Britain, we give them British passports. What's up with that? We give them passports to them and their whole tribe, and then they descend on Parliament Square and shout, "From the river to the sea, more benefits for family and me." Yeah, but human rights organizations say these Israeli checkpoints are inhumane because they have to wait in line to be checked for any potential bombs or knives. And listen, anybody who thinks waiting at an Israeli checkpoint is inhumane has never been through London Waterloo Station during the morning peak hours. Yeah, but it's good that the Iranian government warns you, because if you're Iranian and you go to Israel, there's no Iranian diplomatic representation. They can't help you out. Because I don't know if you guys are current affair buffs, but relations between Iran and Israel are not optimal. The Egyptian army, you say? One of those famously successful Arab armies? When did they last win any war? Well, they won during Khrushchev? No, Crusades. Crusades. What about 1946? 1948? No. 1956? No. 1967? No. 3 Arab armies lost territory to Israel. Three times the size of Israel. 1973, Arab armies launched a surprise attack on Israel. What happened? Israel was not surprised. Or if they were, they managed to hide it really well. Anyway, this segment was brought to you by IDF.
Nicholas is great. So refreshing to see comedians that can, speak the truth rather than often peddle lies. What's interesting actually is that Jewish humour and making fun of our enemies and our painful history is quite a common theme throughout our history. I've got a book called Laughing or Laughter in Hell, which is about how humour was used in the Holocaust for Jews to get through the toughest of times. Jewish humour is a very well-known thing, and it's a coping mechanism, but also it touches on something very deep. The first child to be born a Jew was Isaac, and Isaac actually means in Hebrew, he shall laugh, Yitzchak. And the idea is that we believe that for the Jewish people, we know that in the end of history, we will laugh. We will look back and realize that we made it. Despite all the pain and challenge, we got there in the end, and we'll understand the whole tapestry of history and all its pain and suffering. It's a deeply held Jewish belief. In fact, if you think about what a punchline is in laughter, is that you think something's going in one direction, and then it kind of splits into the reverse, turns on itself, goes in the other direction, and we laugh. And there's something very deep going on there. That laughter actually represents the end of history, really. That seeing God's vantage point, where you see the sum total, how you realize that from a human perspective, it looked like everything was going towards tragedy, decay, and chaos, but actually it was taking us towards completion. And that, by the way, is why you should watch our new documentary on Moshiach, the Jewish Messiah, the Jewish concept and vision of the Messianic era, and what it means, why we believe Moshiach's coming must be close, and how the world will look when he arrives. You can watch the trailer for that now, and if you want to watch the full thing, just click the link below in the video description. For thousands of years, the Jewish people have carried a promise that history is not a random cycle, that suffering and darkness and exile are not the end of the story, that one day the world will be redeemed and the Messiah, the Moshiach in Hebrew, will come. But what does that actually mean? Who is Moshiach? When will he come? How will we know he's real? Why would God design a world that waits so long for redemption in the first place? And what will life feel like after he comes? With AI and machines beginning to replace work, maybe we're already catching a glimpse. But then what will we do with our days? The prophets spoke of that world long ago. In this groundbreaking JTV Plus documentary, we uncover the truth about the Jewish vision of the Messiah, who he is, why it matters, and why his coming could be closer than you think. Join us as we reveal the truth about history's most anticipated figure. To watch this JTV Plus documentary and access much more premium content, click on the link in the video description.